Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. And this Raw was held tonight at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, here in New York. Sadly, I couldn't attend the show tonight, and sort of, uh, you know, thought about, after seeing tonight's show, which I thought was okay. It wasn't great though, but. I was down before I start the review. I want to talk about today. Had a good day today. I was down there in downtown Brooklyn, hanging out with my wrestling friends out there, the crew, and we were there, waiting to see the superstars come out, get pics with them, autographs. I got a decent amount of pictures today. Nothing, very big though. Mostly I got pics with some of the cruiserweights. The only one pic that I got that was, big was I got a pic with Devon Dudley, so that was really cool. But mostly, like I said, it was just the cruiserweights that I got. I took a pic with T.J. Perkins. He came out wearing the glasses that he wears when he comes, before he has his match. So, another cruiserweight I got was Mustafa Ali. I got Drew Gulak, which he was cool. I got Noam Dar. He was pretty cool. He came over for some pics. And then, yeah, those were the only cruiserweights that I got. T.J. Perkins, Noam Dar, and Drew Gulak, and Mustafa Ali. I also got a second pick with Dana Brooke. She was there with her boyfriend. So that's the second pick I got with Dana. And also I got JoJo, who was the ring announcer for Raw. She was cool. And pretty much that's basically all the picks that I got with the superstars today. Did get to see Austin Aries arrive in his car, which was cool. Jericho was there. He was signing autographs, and he didn't want to take any selfies with nobody, just sign autographs. And he actually did a video for his social media accounts, and it was him selling his shirt that said "You're a stupid idiot," and if you buy it, it's to fight type 1 diabetes. And I'm actually in the video wearing my Giants hat. You'll see if you see the video. I'm going to post a link in the description down there. He actually gave a shirt to one of the girls that I know down there every time when the WWE comes to New York. We're always out there, hanging out, just waiting for the superstars to come. So, but yeah, I'm in the video for like a little bit. So it's a little short video that Jericho did outside in the back of the Barclays. So, but yeah, it was a good day for me. So, and like I said, I'll post that video down in the description down below. So, okay, so yeah, so moving on to the Raw review. Like I said, I thought this was an okay show from Brooklyn. It wasn't great. The crowd was on fire tonight. Considering it's a Brooklyn crowd. The Brooklyn crowd is very crazy. I have to say that if this show was in Brooklyn next week, I think it would have been a really good show, because the Raw last year was at the Barclays, and I attended that show, and that was a really good show, and it was the week of WrestleMania. So I wish that next week's Raw would have been in Brooklyn, so because it would have been a really good show, since WrestleMania is that week. So yeah, but anyways, the show opened tonight with Mick Foley coming to the ring. He reads a statement on index cards, thanking Triple H and Stephanie for giving him the opportunity for him being the general manager of Raw. He apologizes for what he did last week to Triple H, where he put the man of the claw on Triple H. And Foley says that he has taken a leave of absence. And then after he finishes reading the statement, he takes the index cards and he throws them down. He gets pissed off about reading from the index cards, and his mic gets cut off on purpose while he is trying to really say what he really wants to say, because he was getting so pissed off about what he was doing. Stephanie ends up coming out saying that Mick Foley screws up everything he says, and he can't get anything right. Stephanie goes on to say to Foley that he doesn't care what's best for business, and she ends up firing Mick Foley. So, and then Sami Zayn comes out saying that what Stephanie is doing to Foley is absolutely wrong, and he says that Stephanie's decisions are really wrong. And then Stephanie just tells Sami to go to the back, but Sami said that Foley had more integrity as general manager as Stephanie will ever be having her integrity. And then Stephanie just tells, of course, Sami to go to the back and think of what he has to say to her. And then Sami tells Stephanie that he's trying to do the right thing and not do anything bad. And so Samoa Joe comes down. Stephanie announces that Sami will take on Samoa Joe after the break. And then just from out of nowhere, before the match starts, or before the commercial, Sami just takes Joe outside the ring. He goes through the ropes and then just takes Joe right outside. So it was a good opening segment. I mean, we all know the reason why Foley they did this whole Foley getting fired storyline. It's because Foley has to have surgery for his hip, and so we all know now that it's going to be probably official that Kurt Angle is going to become the new Raw general manager. So, and that would be really good, though. He was a good general manager of SmackDown back in the day. Really enjoyed his time when he was SmackDown general manager. So, but it was a good opening segment. So, and then we had, of course, Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn. It was a pretty good match, sort of okay, but he just had Joe just dominating Sami through the match. Sami tried to get a little bit out during the match and take out Joe, but in the end, Joe got the win with the Coquina clutch to Sami Zayn. So, all in all, it was a okay match, though. And then after that, we saw Mick Foley and Sami Zayn backstage. Foley thanks Sami for standing up to him with Stephanie. Sami wishes Foley good luck, and we see Cesaro and Sheamus also give thanks to Foley. Everybody's thanking Foley, shaking hands with him. Bayley gives Foley a hug. And then we just see Triple H there. He tells Foley to have a nice day, and Foley just ends up walking out. So, but yeah, it was a pretty good backstage segment to send Foley off. Everybody thanking him for being the Raw general manager. You can see that everybody on the roster really liked Foley being a GM. Thought he was a pretty good GM. So, and then we had Michael Cole interviewing this clinical director, for rehab at the rehab about Seth Rollins' injury from last week when Triple H re-injured Rollins' knee. And the director says that, of course, Seth re-injured his knee and that he will possibly make it to WrestleMania. And that he said that after WrestleMania, it will take months for his knee to heal. So, but after WrestleMania, I think we won't be seeing too much of Seth. So that pretty much sucks. And then the second match was Charlotte versus Dana Brooke. Okay match. Wasn't great or perfect though. You just had, the match. You just had this match. It was just Charlotte decimating Dana. We saw last week where Charlotte just beat the hell out of Dana. So, but Charlotte got the win with a big boot to Dana to score the win. So, all in all, it was a okay match, but wasn't great or perfect. And then we see Stephanie backstage with Bayley. Stephanie says, does Bayley want a hug from Stephanie? Bayley declines. Bayley declines it. She says that Bayley goes on to say that Stephanie inspired her. She inspired Stephanie, but since when Mick Foley brought her up to the main roster 7 months ago, she has let the inspiration for Stephanie away. It died down. And as Stephanie makes a match for tonight, it's going to be Bayley versus Nia once again in a no disqualification match. And if Nia wins the match, she will be entered in the women's title match at WrestleMania. And it will be a fatal 4-way for the women's title at WrestleMania. So, that was a okay backstage segment with Bayley. And I forgot to mention, I bought my Bayley figure down for, to see if she would sign it today, if she was going to be, at the hotel or at the arena. And I found out that she was at the arena and never got the chance to go over there and have her, sign it. I could have got a second picture with her, but gotta wait till SummerSlam weekend now. So hopefully SummerSlam weekend, I'll probably hopefully get the figure signed by her, the Elite. So, but after that backstage segment, Chris Jericho had his highlight reel. It's been a while since we've seen the highlight reel. Jericho do that. His highlight reel was to expose the real Kevin Owens. He shows a pic of Owens at 16, where we saw, Owens wearing a Y2J shirt. He had a poster of Jericho from like SmackDown back in the day on his wall, and Jericho goes on to make fun of it. Jericho goes on to say that Owens reached out to him when he came up into the company in 2014. He was asking for advice on Jericho's Twitter. Jericho said he wants all the time back when he kept helping Owens retain his Universal title. He goes on to say that at WrestleMania, Owens will know what he got himself into and that he is facing Jericho, and that after WrestleMania, it's, Owens is gonna be hurt bad by Jericho. Jericho goes on to put Owens on the list, but Samoa Joe comes out of nowhere to distract him, and just from out of nowhere, Owens attacks Jericho from behind. Both of them start going at it and throwing punches, and then Owens just hits the pop-up powerbomb on Jericho. Owens, he picks up Jericho's list and then just rips it up, and it was really funny. He puts the paper in his mouth and he spit it down on Jericho. which I thought was funny. You know, typical Kevin Owens heelness. So it was an entertaining highlight reel segment with Jericho. Then after that we had Brian Kendrick versus T.J. Perkins. Short match though. Really good wrestling from both Perkins and Kendrick in this match. But in the end, Brian Kendrick got the win with sliced bread 2 to score the win. And then after the match, Kendrick gets on the mic saying, where is Akira Tozawa? He goes on to say that Tozawa is not in the country, and he actually shows a passport, Tozawa's passport, saying that he found it in the locker room, on the locker room floor last week, saying that it was just a whole nother lesson for Tozawa. So, but Kendrick and Perkins, it was a short little match. Did actually get to see Akira Tozawa come out today, along with Jack Gallagher, which was really cool though. They didn't stop for pictures because they were in a rush. So, and then after that match, Roman Reigns was being interviewed, saying that he will picture Undertaker lying on his back at WrestleMania after that match, and that he's going after Braun tonight in their match, and saying that this is his yard, this is Roman's yard. And then after that was Cesaro and Sheamus backstage. Stephanie comes and says that both Cesaro and Sheamus will take on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and also Enzo and Big Cass in a 2-on-4 handicap match. And if they lose, Cesaro and Sheamus won't compete at WrestleMania, which I'll get to that match in a minute when I talk about that. Then after that, it was Nia Jax versus Bayley, no disqualification match. Squash match, it was meh. Just, Nia Jax just dominated on Bayley, sadly. But, it's just, like I said, Nia just dominating Bayley through the entire match, throwing her around. Nia got the win with the Samoan drop on Bayley, and now Nia Jax is added into the women's title match at WrestleMania, so now it's a fatal four. It went from a triple threat to a fatal 4-way. So now it will be Bayley versus Nia versus Sasha versus Charlotte for the women's title at WrestleMania in a fatal 4-way. So we'll see how that goes. That match just got serious there. Even though either Bayley might win the title at Mania, retain the title, or it's gonna be Nia or Charlotte's gonna take it back. So, but I hope Bayley retains it. Then after that match, you had Michael Cole interviewing Triple H about Seth Rollins. Triple H goes on to say that he's disappointed that the match will probably not happen, and that Triple H wanted this fight against Seth, and he doesn't see that Triple H doesn't see that it's his fault about attacking Rollins last week and re-injuring his knee, and that he goes on to say that it was a mistake for Rollins to stop listening to him, and Seth was just listening to the fans. Triple H starts to say how many times the fans messed up Mick Foley, and he blames the crowd for Foley. It's just Triple H, the whole segment, Triple H going off against the crowd, the Brooklyn crowd. He goes on to blame the fans, that it was the fans' fault that Rollins got re-injured last week. So it's just basically that's what Triple H did this whole segment, was talk about the fans. He also says that he is down with Rollins at WrestleMania, and and he originally hands Michael Cole tickets to give to Seth Rollins for WrestleMania. But then Triple H has an idea. He takes the tickets back from Michael Cole, says that maybe Seth Rollins could face Triple H at WrestleMania. And Triple H goes on to say that next week, if Seth shows up, Seth will have to sign a document. And if Triple H cripples Seth again, he can't sue the company or him or Stephanie. And, if he signs this document, Seth will face Triple H at WrestleMania. So we gotta wait until next week. I know Seth is probably gonna be at Raw next week. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, we all know probably the match is gonna happen. So, but it was a meh segment. It was just Triple H just going off with the crowd, talking about the fans. And then the next match was Cesaro and Sheamus versus Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Enzo, and Big Cass. 2-on-4 handicap match. This match was very short. Wasn't good. Wasn't great. Just before the match, you just had Gallows and Anderson just taking out Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass were their tag team partners in the match, and they were supposed to. All Gallows and Anderson, Enzo, and Big Cass were supposed to face Cesaro and Sheamus, but it was just Cesaro and Sheamus getting the win. Sheamus hitting the Brogue Kick on, I think it was Carl Anderson, to score the win, and there you go. That was the match. Gallows and Anderson taking out Enzo and Big Cass, and just giving the win to Cesaro and Sheamus. It was a throwaway handicap match. So, all in all, it was short, but not a good match. Then after that, we had a New Day cutting a promo for WrestleMania, saying, "Oh, we're the hosts of WrestleMania. We're looking forward to these matches. We're looking forward to Goldberg, and we're looking forward to Goldberg. We're looking forward to this." It's just them talking about the WrestleMania matches they're looking forward to. After that, it was Austin Aries versus Tony Nese. It was a good match. Austin Aries just dominating through the match against Tony Nese. Austin Aries won the match with the discus 5-arm. Really like that move, that finisher. And then he scores the win after that. And then after the match, Neville comes out and says that he could come to the ring and obliterate Austin Aries, and that Austin Aries is no threat to him, and that there's no threat to him in their match at WrestleMania. Then Austin Aries says that after WrestleMania, when he takes the Cruiserweight title, the whole King of the Cruiserweights that Neville always says, he says that will be over. So, but it was a good match, Austin Aries and Tony Nese. And then we get to Braun Strowman being interviewed, saying that he's going to destroy Roman and that Taker better get a shovel to scrap Roman off the mat at WrestleMania. Short little interview. And then it was the main event, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. It was a pretty good match, and it was up until the end. And then you had one good move where Roman Reigns just runs and then just jumps on the takes him out from the apron. You just had Braun Strowman just wail Roman there. So, but after the match, well, the match ended in a no contest because Undertaker shows up, and he's in the ring. He's in the ring and he stares down on Roman and Braun Strowman. And then you see Taker choke slams Braun Strowman. And then from out of nowhere, just Roman spears the hell out of Taker. And Roman makes his way up the ramp, and we just see Undertaker, get up. He goes like that, and he just stares at Roman Reigns to end the show. So, but yeah, it was pretty good. Seeing that Undertaker was in Brooklyn today, was in Brooklyn at the Raw show to set up Roman Reigns versus Undertaker at WrestleMania. So that was cool. I know probably next week it's going to be real crazy. Probably Undertaker will be there next week because next week is the Raw before WrestleMania, and I know that has to be a good show. It's definitely going to be a good show. It's the show leading up to WrestleMania, which is that Sunday. So we'll see how that goes next week. So yeah, so anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow night for my SmackDown review. So until tomorrow night, I'll see you all later. Bye.